Hey guys, Mark here with Walter's World, and we're in Bratislava, Slovakia, in Eastern Europe, though Austria is only about 35 minutes away. And what we're going to do today is give you the 5 things you're going to love and hate about visiting Eastern Europe. Okay, now, of course, people here are going to be upset if I call this Eastern Europe, but we look at Eastern Europe as the former Warsaw Pact. You know, though they're not part of it anymore, but people kind of separate it that way. They have Western Europe or Mediterranean Europe, whatever, and they have Eastern Europe. Now, I, of course, will put Slovakia and these things in Central Europe and Eastern Europe, so don't be too upset if you see this, okay? Now, in terms of going to Eastern Europe, what are you going to love and what are you going to hate? Okay? Now, these are obviously very general terms to give you a rough idea what to look for. It doesn't always happen everywhere you go. Just giving you a little bit of insight before you head out, okay? So, as you guys know, I always like to give the bad news first. So what's some stuff that's going to annoy you when you go to places like Lithuania or Romania or Bulgaria or Slovakia or wherever, okay? The first thing you're going to hate is you're going to have to find expensive hotels, okay? For some reason, the middle range hotels you find in Germany, Austria, France, things like that, don't exist, okay? You're either going to be paying a lot of money for a fancy hotel, and if you pay a little money, you're going to get some crap hole, okay? It really kind of sucks, because they haven't really developed the middle market, because, yeah, I don't want to live in a hostel. I'm 34 years old. I don't want that. But I can't afford going to the Four Seasons, because they have really nice hotels, and then they have kind of the crappy kind of stuff, but there's a lack of mid-range hotels to go stay at that's mid-priced and mid-quality, okay? So I'm not asking for it and saying special, I'm just asking for something in the middle. And you're going to be upset because you're not going to have that. You're going to spend a lot of money and still get crap sometimes, okay? The second thing you're going to not like about here is there's a lot of cool places to see in Eastern Europe, but the lack of train connections, or at least fast train connections, aren't there. You know, in Germany or France or Spain, boom, you can get anywhere relatively quickly. But you're stuck in Slovakia, or you're going from Budapest to Prague, or you know, throughout Poland, whatever, there's no fast trains, so it takes a long time to get anywhere, and a lot of times they don't have as many trains as you'd like. Yes, I know it's just bitching for no reason to bitch, but it is honest, because there is it's hard to get the connections to places. And if you want to go to monasteries and things like that, a lot of times there's no buses, or there's no train, there's no public transport to get there, okay? So you might have to rent a car to go see some of these castles outside of towns, and frankly, you don't really want to do that when you're here, because who knows, okay? The third thing you're not going to like about going to Eastern Europe is the service. Guys, you people who wear the CCCP and their USSR shirts, you're idiots, okay? Because not only did the communists did horrible things to people, they also killed service. The service in Eastern Europe sucks, okay? They try, I'm not going to lie, but in general, older people especially, you don't get very good service, you don't get attentive service, people aren't trying to help you. It's kind of like they don't want your money. That's like, yo, you're coming to my shop, well then you should be happy that I have my shop open. And it gets kind of annoying after a while, okay? So if you go in knowing that they're going to act like that, it doesn't bother you, okay? So just be prepared, okay? Service usually isn't too good. The fourth thing you're not going to like are public restrooms, whether in the train stations, bus stations, or around town. There's either a lack of facilities, a lack of toilet paper, or just basically it's disgusting, okay? So basically when you're going around, make sure you keep coins or stuff like that so you can go into shops, buy something there, or restaurants or cafes, to get a coffee, to go to the bathroom there, because I'm walking around Bratislava, which is, you know, not really east, but it's got that feeling, and there's a sign that says, oh, public bathrooms this way, and I go walking, and there isn't one anywhere, okay? So you have to go into shops to go actually use the restroom, so it's gonna get kind of annoying with the lack of public restrooms, which sounds silly, but believe me, when you gotta go, okay? Number 5, you're not going to like when you come to Eastern Europe is getting ripped off, okay? Especially by taxi drivers, because, hey, you don't speak Slovakian, you don't speak Czech, you don't speak Hungarian, you don't speak Polish, you don't speak Lithuanian, you're going to get ripped off. People are going to try to rip you off. So if you're coming in, you're flying in, make sure you have your hotel book a taxi for you beforehand so you don't have any problems, okay? Because for some reason the taxi drivers here really do try to get you, except if you call them up and then they're totally fine, which is kind of silly. And it's kind of weird when I talk bad about the service and the taxi drivers here, because actually the people in Eastern Europe I found are very, very nice, okay, when you get to know them. Okay, so now we talked about the bad stuff, and I don't want you to think it's too bad, because it's not. Eastern Europe is great, okay? And here are the 5 things you're going to love about coming to Eastern Europe. The first thing is everyone is proud of their country, of their city, of their region. You can ask little kids or adults, they will know when this castle was founded. They will know the history of this church. They will know everything about it. They will know the history of every uprising, of their former kings, things like that. They're very proud of their country, and they will share it with you, so you can find out about things. It's not like, you know, you go to the U.S. and like, hey, what's this big statue in the middle of your town square? And you ask a kid or an adult, oh, I don't really know. You know, that's one thing, you don't have that pride. But here you have that pride in your country saying, hey, this is what we have. We know everything about it. They know their history. I mean, because they were oppressed for a long time. And now they're very proud of what they've had that survived through. Okay, so you're going to really love that because people will really take you and show you, I want to show you the good stuff. I want to show you the bad stuff, things like that. Okay, second thing you're going to love about Eastern Europe is the natural beauty. Guys, the mountains in Romania are beautiful. You go through with the mist going through them. There's great biking or motorcycling through Romania, or you go through the high Tatras in Poland or North Slovakia. You have the lakes in northern Poland, the lakes in Lithuania. You have the beaches in Romania, Bulgaria, Lithuania, Latvia, the islands of Estonia. Guys, you will be amazed at the natural beauty you find in Eastern Europe because you never really think about that. Because you go to Germany, it's all been covered over in cement and things like that. But you come to Eastern Europe and you see natural beauty. And the thing is, people they really like to do outdoorsy stuff. So there's a lot of options: hiking, skiing, rafting, all kinds of things, and it's definitely worth checking out, and you're really going to love that. So make sure you bring a pair of hiking boots when you come, especially in the summer, so you can enjoy some of these outdoor activities, okay? Because the natural beauty and all these things are one thing you're going to love about Eastern Europe, okay? The third thing you're going to love about coming here is the hidden gems. Like, you would never think to go to Bratislava, People say, oh, I'm going to Europe, oh, I'm going to Paris, and I'm going to London, I'm going to Berlin, I'm going to Oktoberfest in Munich. But, like, oh, I went to Bratislava. Ooh. What's that? I've never been there. You come here, and it's a surprise because you've never seen it in a movie. I think it was in one James Bond movie once for 5 minutes. Okay? You go in and you're like, wow, this is a really cool place. Okay? There's all kinds of hidden gems throughout Eastern Europe that people haven't explored because the tourism industry hasn't been exploited, let's say, enough. Okay, so you go to Poland, there's beautiful small towns, people know Krakow. But guys, Gdansk is like one of the largest cities in there, and people don't go there. And it's one of the most beautiful cities in Europe. Okay? And you want to go check it out because it has such a history and all these things, but you don't know. And that's what's nice about coming here is you're going to find all these hidden gems that you will be kind of like not the first person to explore, but you'll feel like you're the first person there. Okay, you're going to love that. The fourth thing you're going to love about here is when you go, yes, they were underneath the communists for 45, 50 years. And the thing is, you're going to walk around and you're going to see the remnants of that. You're here in Bratislava, you look from the beautiful castle up here across, and you see a crazy bridge with a UFO, literally it's called the UFO bridge, UFO on top, and then there's a huge communist block buildings, okay, just big squares. You're like, oh my god, that's so ugly. Yes, it is ugly, but wow, you look at it and it's just kind of a stark contrast. You see, like, wow, I really feel like I'm in some 1970s spy movie, okay? But it is kind of cool to read this. There's a lot of Soviet memorials and things like that. Here in Bratislava, there's the Slava Memorial. There's all kinds of stuff, okay? So seeing the former communist things really takes you back and gives you a perspective on history, okay? And then the fifth thing you're going to love out here is what I really love with my big belly, is the cheap good eats in Eastern Europe. Because it's really, for me, my full fun. My grandparents and my ancestors, they came from Germany, Scotland, so it's a really hearty food. You come here to Eastern Europe, Central Europe too, you get like really hearty food, pork and potatoes and all kinds of stuff, and it's really, really good. The food is amazing here in Slovakia, Czech, Hungary, Poland, Lithuania, all kinds of stuff. The food is amazing, and it's cheap too. So literally, if you're looking to gain weight, come to Eastern Europe, and you're going to eat like a king and pay like a pauper. So it's a great combination. So let's go through this again. Things you're going to love and you're going to hate. What are you going to hate when you come to Eastern Europe? 1, expensive hotels. 2, lack of good public transport connections. 3, bad service. 4, public restrooms. Ugh, I'm trying not to think of going to the bathroom. 5, getting ripped off by taxi drivers. Okay? Now, what are you going to love? And believe me, the loves are much bigger than the hates, guys. Okay? 1, people love their countries and they're proud and they let you know about it and they'll show you around. 2, the natural beauty that's out there, okay? And there's so much out here in Eastern Europe, it's great. 3, the hidden gems you find, like the Bratislava, which isn't too hidden, or the Smiltene, there's a little island spit in Lithuania. You never think to go there, or Brasov. You're like, wow, hey, this is really cool. These things, there's these hidden gems you're going to love. 4, seeing the old communist architecture and those kind of things. It is kind of a wow, I got a picture with Stalin, or I got a picture with Lenin, okay? Things like that. And number 5, the cheap good eating that you will have in Eastern Europe. So guys, if you're going to Slovakia, Bulgaria, Lithuania, Estonia, you have a great trip. Learn some languages with us. Get prepared. Have a great time. Don't worry about the bads too much. I just wanted to prepare you a little bit. If you want to learn more about traveling in Europe, South America, or the U.S., or learn some languages, maybe touch up some German or Slovakian or whatever, come check us out at our website, www.woltersworld.com. It's Walters with an O, okay? See you later. Bye.